Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So over the weekend I posted on my Instagram asking you guys what movie you would want me to review next, and 80% of you said you wanted me to review the movie Old Guard. So without wasting much time, let's discuss Old Guard.
I'm gonna show you something beautiful. Hold up.
So with movie theaters still closed, we are desperately counting on our streaming services to still bring us new content. And Netflix never disappoints, and now they have brought us the movie Old Guard. Old Guard is a blockbuster movie on Netflix, and it talks about a group of mercenaries that have been alive since the Crusades. Yes, they've been alive since the Crusades because, yes, they are immortals and they have the ability to heal themselves. And now in the 21st century, they are being hunted by some tech company who wants to monetize off of their gift in order to beat or defeat the purpose of aging. So I think now with their secret out, they have to fight in order to defend and protect their freedom and themselves. So basically that's what the synopsis of the movie is. Now let's talk about a few things that I really enjoyed and appreciated about this movie.
Oh yeah!
So for starters, I like to say how to establish the connections between the old recruits finding new recruits was really genius, because yes, these people have been alive for like God knows how long, like since the time of the Crusades and everything. And if there are new recruits popping up from every part of the world and everything, how are they finding each other? Because there was no technology at that set point for them to find each other or track each other down. So having them dream about each other at that set point to know who is new and where they are was really, really genius. And my respect to whoever put that in the script. That was really, really good. Now moving on to the cast, we have Charlize Theron playing the lead, which is Andy. And I must say Charlize Theron is definitely the bombshell in this movie. See what I did there? Because she was the lead in the bombshell. Well, never mind. So as I was saying, Charlize Theron is the leader of this team, and you can see her sense of responsibility when her team members are kidnapped, because apparently she had lost someone in the past before. And the thing about it was the immortality was actually not infinite. Definitely, it turns out that they die, but they just don't know when. But until it actually happens. So yes, with her mortality now hanging in the balance, she wants to do whatever it takes in order to save her new team members, because she has lost someone in the past and she didn't want that to repeat itself. So we can see her sense of responsibility in the leadership quality that in the leadership position that she was in. I thought she did an amazing job. And my goodness, her action sequences were crazy. We saw her go berserk on some mercenaries in this movie, and it was just mind-blowing. I definitely think that Charlize Theron definitely needs to be given either a role in the MCU or in the DCU, whichever way, because I think she stands toe-to-toe with Gal Gadot and Brie Larson, that's Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman. And when I see her, she reminds me a lot of like Hela, Kate Blanchett and everything. I think she would definitely play an amazing role in one of the Marvel superhero movies. And Marvel definitely needs to cast her in something, because she was great. She was just amazing in this role. The rest of the supporting team also do an amazing job. The rest of the cast do an amazing job. There were two people I couldn't place my hands on where I actually knew them from. Then I Googled them and I'm like, oh my God, that was what's his name, Jafar from Aladdin, and he does just an amazing job playing the character of Joe. And also the new recruit that was Nal Freeman. I just realized that she was actually the lady in If Beale Street Could Talk. And I must say the dynamism of the role that she's playing in this movie and what she played in If Beale Street Could Talk was just different. And her portrayal of this new character, wow, that was just an incredible performance. Now Freeman, and she does an amazing job with her role as well. And also we have Chiwetel Ejiofor and the villain. I nearly said super villain because he reminded me of Barry Mordo and everything, because I mentioned Chiwetel Ejiofor and everything. So, but we have the villain in this movie. I think if Lex Luthor went to Silicon Valley, this was definitely the guy he was definitely going to look like. He sells it very well as a young, accomplished, spoiled Silicon tech genius or whatever it is, and he sells it. I found him irritating every time he came on screen, and I think that is the that's part of the making of very good acting, because when someone sells their role very well to you, then it has an effect on you, and you go like, yeah, that's actually pretty good when you think about it in the world of acting. Next is the action sequences in this movie. This movie's packed with action scenes and everything. And I must say the action sequences are really well choreographed, and it was just great, because the level of brutality in this movie when it comes to their fight scenes, they're so well choreographed that whenever I saw it, I was thinking, where is John Wick gonna pop up next? Because the level of brutality I saw here was almost at par with what I saw, or what I think that John Wick will also do. And I definitely think that if John Wick was ever in a team, this was definitely gonna be it. Even though I think that John Wick could kick all of their asses and everything, but if he was ever gonna be in a team, this was definitely gonna be it, because that's how good the action sequences in this movie actually are. So the reason why they were actually ever caught or discovered was one of their team members betrayed them. But his reason for betraying his team and everything was because he apparently was tired of living for so long. Because apparently Joe and Nikki had a thing. They represented the LGBT community in this movie, and I think that that was great representation in this movie and everything. But so I think that he was pretty tired of being alone, because being immortal, whoever you are with, and you're gonna leave the person behind. So I was like, I didn't agree with him, but I understood him. But at the same time, I'm like, if you want to die, why don't you just cut off your own head? I don't know if they were gonna cut off the head to see someone actually healing from a decapitation. Because yes, you can survive from a bullet to the head, you can survive from a stab wound and everything. But what I really thought they were going to show me was someone actually being decapitated, and I was definitely going to be interested in seeing how that was going to actually pan out if they actually did that in this movie. But no, they went for the convenient stuff, because who doesn't like some convenience here or there? But I didn't like what he did, but I understood him.
Pardon?
Another thing I would say is the VFX in this movie of how these characters healed from their injuries was really, really good. It was really impressive, because at some point when I saw especially towards the end, when what was her name now, Freeman jumped from the skyscraper when she landed, the damage to her body and how we saw her recover, it was really, really dope. And also at the point where we saw the gut healing from the attack or from the assault team, it was really impressive. The VFX in this movie was really great. So kudos to the VFX team. It was just amazing.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
15 people from the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia. This man prevented an accidental nuclear exchange in 1978.
So apparently it also turns out that everyone that they have saved one way or the other has impacted on the lives of their generation. There were scientists and other people that they showed that Andy and her team had saved, that were really doing well for themselves in their set generation that they showed us. And at some point I saw Martin Luther King in there, and I'm like, okay, what exactly did they save Martin Luther King from? Or whatever it is, but I don't know what that storyline was. But it made me laugh a little bit, because yeah, sometimes when they fuse a comic with reality, it makes it a little bit more relatable. But just in the world of show business or whatever it is, I was just waiting to see Obama or someone else. Then I'm gonna say like, okay, now I've seen everything. But yeah, I think that seeing that Futurette was really, really good, and I got it. It was nice to see. That's just all I'm saying. Also towards the end, when now Freeman jumped from the building and when she fell and everything, and after recovering and everything, when it took off, everyone and the police came out. It was almost very relatable, because it showed that the fact that, okay, now quarantine is over, how everyone was coming out. It was like, oh, this is definitely coronavirus being over, and they're telling everybody that they can go out now, because seeing that in this movie and fusing that into our current reality was just, I was just, okay, now they did it. Now they actually did it. And it was very nice to see. I laughed so hard when I watched that part of the movie. So the movie Old Guard strongly leans towards a sequel with its interesting cliffhanger. I think that they're going to do a part 2 or whatever it is some few years to come. So that is my review for the movie Old Guard. If you have watched it, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And as usual, you can check out more videos right now.
Thank you for the West So Sweet.